New search for communities willing to host underground site for thousands of years. An underground nuclear waste storage site under construction at Meuse in France. Photograph Anadolu Agency Getty Images. Local communities around England, Wales and Northern Ireland will be offered £1 million a year to volunteer to host an underground nuclear waste disposal facility for thousands of years, as part of a rebooted government programme. The financial incentive is one way the government hopes to encourage communities to host the £12 billion facility, after previous efforts failed in 2013 when Cumbria County Council rejected the project. Under new plans published on Thursday, the process will potentially allow a small number of local people to bypass decision-making by local authorities, who were the arbiter last time. GDF graphic. A test of public support will be required for the scheme to go ahead, which could include a local referendum rather than a vote by council. Interested communities that explore hosting the facility will also receive £1 million a year, which officials say could be spent on developing skills locally or apprenticeships. The payments, which could rise to £2.5 million annually as a community considers whether to proceed, are expected to last for around 5 years. The Geological Disposal Facility (GDF) is seen by experts as the best long-term solution to storing the estimated 750,000 cubic meters of waste generated by half a century of nuclear power and defense, which would fill 3/4 of Wembley Stadium. Cumbria residents mobilized against a planned dump in 2013. Photograph Christopher Thomond for The Guardian. It also includes the radioactive material created by potentially 5 new plants that the government expects to be built, including Hinkley Point C, which EDF Energy is constructing in Somerset. Business, unions and local authority groups welcomed the renewed bid to site a GDF. The Institute of Directors said storing waste deep underground would be cheaper than storing it above ground, as it is at present at around 30 sites. Running costs for a geological disposal facility storing the waste 1,000 meters below the surface would be significantly lower, the business group said. Richard Harrington, Energy Minister, said, "We owe it to future generations to take action now to find a suitable permanent site for the safe disposal of our radioactive waste. And it is right that local communities have a say." But Greenpeace criticized the payments, calling them bribes, and said new nuclear power plants should not go ahead without a long-term solution in place for the waste. Doug Part, the group's chief scientist, said, having failed to find a council willing to have nuclear waste stored under the land, ministers are resorting to the tactics from the fracking playbook, bribing communities and bypassing local authorities. With 6 new nuclear plants being planned, the waste problem is just going to get much worse. Since there is no permanent solution for the disposal of spent nuclear fuel, the responsible thing to do would be to stop producing more of it instead of just passing the radioactive buck to future generations. Nuclear waste is currently stored at about 30 sites, but predominantly at ground level at Sellafield in Cumbria. The GDF project is expected to cost £12 billion, spread over a century.